Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher this week is Jaya John. I have a whole bunch of quotes from Jaya John to share with you today. So let's get right in there. Have you ever felt the warmth of the sun on your skin after a long cold night? Take a moment to remind yourself what that feels like. A long cold night and then the warmth of the sun on your skin. That's the kind of energy Jaya John urges us to bring to the world. In today's message, he urges us to remember who we are, luminous beings radiant in our own unique light. Somebody, good morning. It is so good to see you. Hello. John's message is a call to revolution, not a violent overthrow of external systems, but a profound transformation of our relationship to our inner world. It's about recognizing the inherent light within ourselves and nurturing it in others too. But this is not about trying to be perfect or reaching some distant goal. It's about awakening to what already exists within you. Jaya John says, if you can see someone who has good light, thank them for it. It will help them keep the light on. What a beautiful sentiment. What if we all go about our days recognizing when someone has good light and just telling them we see it. We see the light. Thank you for your beautiful light. It will help them keep the light on, says Jaya John. His next thought is this: the way the sun feels on your skin after a cold night. Arrive like that to every soul. And then, you are the sun in your solar system, and he spells that like you'd spell your soul. You are the sun in your solar system. Believe in your own light. Spend your life loving, not seeking love. Ocean need not seek water. Let's go through that last one again. Spend your life loving, not seeking love. The ocean need not seek water. Danae, good morning. Charlene, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Before we can illuminate anyone else's path, we must first recognize and honor our own brilliance. This requires a fundamental shift in perspective, from seeking externally to recognizing internally. When we understand ourselves as the embodiment of love rather than empty vessels yearning to be filled, everything changes. We move from scarcity to abundance, from taking to giving, from desperation to generosity. Today's message from Jaya John is clear. Remember who you are. You are light. And the revolution is this: to recognize the light in you and those around you. Hold yourself in the light that you are and call those around you to their own light. He says, if being appropriate means conforming to a deeply pathological society, then be wildly inappropriate. Don't observe the revolution, be the revolution. Annihilate your old self. Give birth to your original soul. Raise it. So remember who you are. And it's okay if you don't feel ready. We seldom do, but you're going to have to believe. You're going to have to believe without necessarily seeing the proof. You're going to just have to have faith that your soul knows who you are and that you can surrender to this inner guidance. The last thought from Jaya John for today. He says, you will never feel ready for the blessings that scare you the most. You will never feel like you are ready for the blessings that scare you the most. He says readiness has nothing to do with it, though. Remember who you are. And if you have trouble remembering, trust that your soul knows the truth of who you really are. Your original soul. So today's meditation journey is a reminder of who you are and an opportunity to ask your soul to remind you of who you are. We're gonna dive deep inside, reach as deep into ourselves as we can, and ask our soul, remind me, who is it that I am? If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll slip away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, then let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. With every inhale, become deeply aware of the rise in your body. With every exhale, feel deeply into the fall of your body. Continue your full body breathing while we have this conversation. Jayajan reminds us that it's all within you. What you are seeking is already within you. The truth is, you don't need to seek. You already are. You don't need to seek love when you remember that love is what you are. You need only to love. You do not need to seek water. When you remember that the ocean is what your soul is. Your original soul is always present. And therefore you do not need to seek. How do you move closer to hearing the whisper from your soul? Hearing these reminders. If you move closer to your soul, you will hear these reminders all the time. So how do we move closer to that wisdom? It tends to be our reaction to the world is what keeps us away from this whisper. The more we react to the world in fear, the more rigid our bodies go, the more tight our muscles, and the louder the volume of fear in our minds. These reactions keep us from the silent space in which we can hear the whisper of wisdom from our soul. Jayajan calls it your original soul. Your original soul knows who you are. Your soul speaks clearly, but it's difficult to hear with all the noise in our heads. So soften. Drop from your head into your heart and soften so deep into you that you find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul, ready to listen. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. But be deliberate about softening. Soften so deep into you that you find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul and listening. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left. Forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you to be open and playful with the exercise. As we dive deep inside, we'll ask a couple of questions. Can you trust that there is wisdom in you that knows the answers to these questions? Can you ask the questions playfully and not be desperate for an answer, but know that your wisdom will help the answers surface. Take your next big breath. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, Jajan spoke this morning of awaken your original soul. So entertain this thought, sitting at the feet of your soul, sitting at the feet of your wisdom and listening. Take your next big breath. What would that look like? Sitting at the feet of your soul and listening to wisdom. See if your mind will allow you an image. If you could dive so deep into you that you feel yourself sitting in the presence of wisdom. What would that look like? Be open to seeing an image and know that it's okay if you don't see anything. Take your next big breath. Our brain responds very well to visual cues, and while it's not important that you have to see the picture, the more that you are able to visualize this experience, the lower your brain waves will go. And the lower your brain waves go, the more open your subconscious becomes. So what would the picture look like if you could use your soul as a wise teacher? Or picture any wise teacher and see yourself sitting and listening to this wise teacher. See if your mind wants to form an image of what that would look like. Take your next big breath. We trust that wisdom lives within us. We trust that we can ask and be connected to a voice of guidance. So ask and also let go. Don't be desperate for an answer, be playful and see how your body responds. The first question goes like this: what are principles or values that guide me in my life? What are principles? What are some of the values that guide me in my life? Take your next big breath and ask that question. See how it comes through you. What are principles and values that guide me in my life? Take your next big breath. Jayajan reminded us that we are already ocean. We don't need to seek water. Our questions are aimed at reminding ourselves of what is already there. What is it that we already are? The next question, we'll ask it and then have fun listening to how our body responds. The question is, what do I stand for? What do I stand for even when it feels uncomfortable? Even when it's unpopular? What do I stand for? This is not about finding a clear, direct answer. It's about exploring what lives inside of us. So what is it that I stand for? Take your next big breath and have fun listening. Then with your next big breath as you dive deep into you, take a look at your actions regularly over the last week, over the last month. Like do a quick highlight reel of actions, things you actually do. And when we look at our actions, I guess we also have to look at our reactions. So while I look at my actions, or at least try to be open to seeing my actions and also my reactions, the next question is this, as I take a deep breath and as I dive deep inside. How do my actions reflect what I stand for? Do my actions reflect what I stand for? And my reactions? Do my reactions reflect what I stand for? How do your actions reflect what you stand for? Take your next big breath and listen. The next question goes like this. Are there any beliefs that I have actually outgrown, but I still hold on to out of habit? Are there any beliefs that I have actually outgrown, but I still hold on to out of habit? What am I still holding on to out of habit? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. Sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I won't read all of the Jaya John quotes, but here are some quick ones. If you see someone who has good light, thank them for their light, because it'll help them keep the light on. The way the sun feels on your skin after a cold night, arrive like that to every soul. And then you are the sun. In your solar system, you are the sun. Believe in your own light. Believe in your own light and spend your life loving, not seeking love. Ocean need not seek for water. For another 2 minutes, here's one more question. And allow your wisdom to ruminate on this question. What makes life meaningful for me? What makes life meaningful for me? I'll check in with you in 2 minutes. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this space. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being able to slip into a quieter space and listen. Listen to what comes from deeper within when I ask questions. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for a world full of beautiful humans. And in a time where it feels like so much in the world is wrong, thank you for being able to recognize beautiful humans. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. May we remind ourselves what it is that makes life meaningful to us. And perhaps write the question down: what makes life meaningful to me? Write it down, remember to ask it again, and let's remember to remind ourselves to stay close to what it is that makes life meaningful to us. Thank you, Sunmari. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Danae. Have an awesome day. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.